All right, welcome everybody to another session of New Horizons. Oh, what are we, 25 now?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So, we have a recap, I believe. Avery, are you up for it? Is it prepared?
Yeah, I usually get to ask everybody about it, but I forgot to this time. Um, Danielle saw it, so this is from the perspective of Java.
Kill them with effort, bury them with a smile. Kill them with effort, bury them with a smile. Death, friends, blood. This is my blood? Saoirse, is that you? I'm not thinking straight. Breathe, and we'll be alright. Remember what Boris told you about mindfulness. I'm so happy you're okay. Saoirse tells me that I drove us up this mountain like some madman on a mission. I don't remember this. The prisoners are gone, and all of us look much worse than I remember. We're almost to the top of the mountain. Just a few more turns and we can make it. I can get us there safely.
That's the recap from Java's perspective.
All right. Hmm. Little glimpse into his mind. The
I
dark
like the
place it
updates he
is.
made that give a little more information.
Yeah, well done. Um, yeah, he leaves us right on the cusp of arriving at the top, so to speak, not actually the peak of the mountain yet, but the vantage point that you'd previously been fired upon from which you'd previously been fired upon. Anyway, uh, so yeah, you've driven up, uh, pulling up to a halt next to the vehicle that they'd left behind. You saw, you could see smoke rising from the hood of the truck. It's a virtually identical vehicle to the one you're driving, and there's kind of a shallow recess in the mountainside nearby where there were some supplies left, uh, in a hurry, it looks like. And in your immediate vicinity, there's no sign of any movement or soldiers or anything. Uh, though off to one side, there's a bit of a rocky, um, sort of, uh, maybe carved by flowing water path that uh, goes more steeply, narrowly up the side of the mountain into thicker brush, uh, which from Cade's aerial surveillance you've determined will lead you to what looks like a cave mouth where he spotted some movement before, movement of at least one individual. So, what you doing?
Mm.
Not dying.
Yep.
That's important.
Well, that sounds like a great plan. How do you intend on accomplishing that goal?
Can
Well,
can we
go
estimate
ahead.
about how long it'll take for the grav tank and the other troop carriers to reach us?
You can. See, somebody give me a no check. Somebody who's gonna go take a look at Cade's little control pad that has the readout from the drone. And they did take a look back and do some quick maths. Any
I think-
volunteers?
Cade.
I mean, yeah, I thought Cade was the one who was looking at the drone and controlling it. So
Yeah, I guess I was just giving the group the opportunity to, basically giving Cade the opportunity to get somebody else in on the analysis if he needed the help. But if he's the best one to do it, he's right there anyway. So can go for it.
I mean, I could always involve like brother Nick or something, but like the other person who would be decent at it would be Java, but he's driving.
Yeah, I
Don't
mean,
want him to drive off the side of the cliff.
well, you guys have come to a stop, to a halt at this point.
Okay. Do you want me to roll for it or?
Yeah, last call for a help roll.
On
Uh,
what?
Giving an
Use-
estimate of what it takes, how long it'll take for the grab tank to arrive.
I don't feel like Saoirse would be helpful with that. But
I was
Hmm.
gonna ask if Narrow's a long time ago experience with things like that approaching would be helpful, but unfortunately, none of her actual skills would support that.
If
Hmm.
Java's skills would support it, would Cade actually ask him for help? I mean, he would probably help if asked, but would Cade ask him?
I was gonna say, yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
Uh, Sorry, I was. My brain was going two different directions at once. I shouldn't answer for Robert. I'll let Robert answer for Kate. I was on the narrow track.
I mean, Cade would definitely ask if he's feeling like he doesn't have a clear read on it.
All right, well, let's do let's see, what does Java have skill wise that is relevant here?
Like,
I mean, I
as
would say
a pilot, like
pretty
he
good.
understands vehicles
Yeah.
and
Pilot makes sense. Get a pilot check from Java with intelligence here. All right. And Cade, you can take a +1 on your no check.
Sweet. +1. Assuming intelligence.
I assumed it
Okay.
too, with now I was proven wrong. So be careful.
All right, so Java and Cade put their heads together and come up with a ballpark estimate that the grav tank could arrive in the next 15 minutes.
Oof.
The two troop vehicles are a bit slower, probably going to be more like 30 minutes. Give me a notice with intelligence from Cade.
Ooh, from Cade. Notice with intelligence. Huh. Pretty good roll. What do I see?
What do your intelligent eyes see? Sorry, I'm just gonna make all the really low-hanging fruit jokes.
A whole bunch
Um,
of lovely people looking back at me.
So, as Cade is panning around, checking on the grav tank and the troop trucks, decides to have a pan over to take a look at the city, and is just in time to catch multiple vehicles taking off from the military encampment.
Oh, Those will
Let
get
me
here
guess. You're
faster.
a lot faster.
3 distinct shapes.
We drew some attention.
Cade's gonna angle the data pad at Java real quick while it has the incoming fighters on it and say, I don't know that we want to stay with the vehicle too much longer. What do you think? And then show it to Saoirse right then.
Yeah, that looks um t- to their trained eyes, the speed with which those things start taking off towards the mountain, it'll be a handful of minutes in the ballpark of 5.
Brother Nick, you think you can rig this so that it can keep driving without us? So we can run the opposite direction?
Ben, does that sound doable?
Do we have
Um,
any explosives?
what level
Yes, we
of
do.
control are we looking for here? Are we looking for
I
something
think.
that'll just kind of go off down the
I
path?
mean, like zip tie on the gas pedals, what I was thinking, but yeah,
Okay.
like
Yeah, I mean
just so that it's obvious that this thing is moving, but we're not in it, so we're not going to get murdered.
yeah, something like that, Brother Nick could do pretty easily. Um, without some with some spare parts, he might be able to rig up something rudimentary that would have it turning here and there and maybe avoiding obstacles.
Well,
Okay.
if he's got a couple minutes, does he really have time for
It sure wouldn't be easy.
that?
And yeah,
You don't say.
but yeah, the how much time he's willing to spend on it is a very important question there
Question:
too.
If could we rig it to where the truck drives back down the mountain towards them, or that when they open the doors, it explodes?
Um, definitely to the doors exploding. The driving back down the mountain is a little trickier just because of the twisty, turning nature, but it could definitely have it, uh, let it drive down a short way and until then first turn and then stop there, like across the path or something.
Gonna ask.
That'd be easy enough.
I mean,
So
if we really wanted to do that, I'm guessing we could like slave the combat drone into the control system of the APC and Cade could remote pilot it using the link from his controller for the drone, but like I don't know that that would be a great idea
Hmm.
because then we
that,
lose the combat drone.
mm-hmm. I say that would also be definitely doable, but yeah, you're talking potentially a sizable sacrifice.
I mean, not as sizable as a teammate, but
Um. All right. I'm trying to think through what Saoirse can do. I think she has. Well, telekinetically, she can continue doing stuff all the time. I think. Or no, is it telekinetically? It takes effort,
Yeah,
but
so
biopsionically is what she can do all day, basically.
yeah, now your effort should be like your scene effort should be cleared
Reset or
by now.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
anything that was for the scene, good with.
Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything she could do with her telekinesis that would help with this. I mean, there's obviously telekinetic constructs, but
I think maybe save it in case we get caught out in the open. Like right now, if we're going with that plan, uh, we're just trying to find out if those are friendlies in that little cave that we spotted. Um, get them and call for a uh, call for a quick exit. Although we do have chat begging us to use explosives.
No.
Oh, we should absolutely throw the leftover explosives that we have
Hey.
into the APC.
Oh my.
How long would it take us to get to that cave?
That's probably just a few minutes, depending on how quickly you can scramble up the mountainside.
I mean, we could use the truck as a distraction, and I mean, they shot us, so might get their attention if we truck they just were shooting at just drove off the cliff.
I could see that, but at the same time, think that it would be pretty easy to just come to the conclusion that we had, you know, pushed the truck off a cliff or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That we weren't in the truck.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think use the spare parts rigging. Make it look like the truck is still going. We can bail out, use that rail to climb up to the cave.
Now, Ben, I have the impression that whatever's at that cave is uh, friendly, or potentially friendly. Did you get that impression, or is that something I made up?
I intentionally left it uncertain,
Oh, so it's
but
something I made up.
no, it's something that you could have plausibly come to the conclusion of based on
Okay.
he was muddying the waters.
Fair, fair.
you
Thank you
He
for
does that.
translating for me.
what
You're
you know
welcome.
is that there were hostiles posted up here, you know, a fairly short hike from that cave,
Hmm.
and you know that the resistance forces you've been looking for had been driven out of the city in this general direction.
And
All right.
the people in that cave appear to have been uh, at least curious about what's going on over here.
That's a conclusion you could draw.
I think I will.
You are within your rights to do so.
Thank you. Sorry, Daniel,
I
I
will
cut
not
you
deny you
off.
that.
Um, I was just questioning whether or not we know that the Tabukan forces that is are aware of whoever is in this cave already, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So by driving the truck there, we're not putting them in danger.
Well, no, you're not going to be able to drive the truck up to the cave. I didn't
What are we
reiterate
doing
that
here
clearly.
then, guys? Come
Okay.
on.
May not have
Uh,
reiterated it very clearly last time, but the path from where you're at now, basically, this is, um, oh, the phrase completely fell out of my head. But this is the last stop for a wheeled vehicle. The path up to the cave is rocky. Um, well, you haven't been to. It's like it's a footpath, but it's practically 45 degrees
okay. Does
up
anybody
the mountain.
have any objection to Nero scrambling up there as fast as she can, find out if they're friendlies, while the rest of you figure out what to do with vehicles and defenses if we're going to make any at all?
I don't
From
think
a,
that's
No
unfeasible. I think that
objections.
would be good.
I was gonna say, from a practicality standpoint, uh, by the time Nero gets to the cave, more or less, the flying the grab flyers will be arriving.
Oh. So we either need to decide if we can make a stand against 3 grab flyers with uh, 2 heavy machine guns, maybe? Or we all need to scramble to that cave and hope that those are friendlies and hope that the cave is deeper than just an alcove.
Go ahead and give me a program check from Cade and a fixed check from Brother Nick.
Okay.
Also, I do remember last week we had we couldn't use the I remember more now. We could not use the explosive that we had already planted because it was too far away. That's a good check.
Yeah, but I'm sure we could wire it to the door. So like it drives down the hill, it's gonna wreck,
Mhm.
and then if they open the door, then it just goes boom. Like
Sure.
that's a very primitive like explosive device trap, but
I
I
thought you
feel
were
like
just explaining it to us on Narrow's level.
a
But
primitive
then they
trap.
open it and car goes boom.
Yes.
All right, so Brother Nick sets to work trying to rig up
Kablooey.
some rudimentary
It's the technical term.
Oh,
jerry
is it?
rigging of the truck's steering and gas. And Cade has a eureka moment, pitches in and comes up with a way to have it turn at roughly timed intervals that will at least get it around the first turn, and if he's ballparking correctly, possibly even the second turn.
Cool.
Get it
Yeah, let's do it.
further down the path, hopefully obstruct them as far away as possible. And I think you'll be able to get this done in about a minute.
Hmm.
Some quick
Good.
quick welding and it's going at the keyboard, stereotypical hacker style.
Oh no. In
Yeah.
the
uh,
future, all those NCIS scenes were completely accurate.
exactly. I mean, hey, sometimes there are moments where you've just got to whip something up from scratch on the fly, and that's going to require a lot of typing.
Obviously.
um, all right, so yeah. Meanwhile, the flyers are soaring towards the mountain through the air. Is
If
everyone
memory
else?
serves, we only used one demo charge on that previous trap.
Yeah, you used one in the woods, one on the winding path up the mountain.
Yeah, okay.
So don't know how many you guys have left on.
2. Ethan said he brought 4 charges.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so we should have 2 then, which would make this a very deadly vehicle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say you could use one or
Wow.
two.
I mean, what do you think, Ethan?
Wait,
Yeah, I guess get our money's worth out of it.
what if? Well,
What
maybe
if you
I'm
want to
thinking
blow
a
up
little
whoever's in the
too
cave?
Star Wars most recent trilogy, but what if we needed to try and buy ourselves time and collapse the cave or the
Uh,
cave entrance so that we could get the teleporter in without them coming in?
well, maybe we only use one then.
I'm just
The
saying
vehicle
an
does have a
idea.
gas tank.
Do we even need to put a explosive on the truck? I mean, they're going to be trying to blow it up themselves, right?
That's true.
I mean, I guess so.
Yeah, but we want it to be more deadly for them. I think was the concept. So
Well, if they're shooting it with their grav flyer,
Yeah,
then we just made a cooler looking explosion for them.
I mean,
More
hey,
convincing. Cinema logic.
Cade's got an observation drone in the sky, so you'd get a pretty sweet visual for the movie you're making.
oh my word.
Remember your anti-Tabukan propaganda movie?
How could I forget?
I mean, that's what I got from the plans you guys have made. That there's a movie being produced.
Yeah, something like that.
Just imagining one of those like really ominous sounding political ads with the guy's voice. You know, my opponent wants to kick puppies and drop alien hybrids on innocent worlds. uh, anyway.
But I won't. I'm a nice person.
Mm-hmm. I have policies, and I'll do stuff that'll help people. Vote for me.
This is reminding me of an episode in season 5. Just you talking about like, yeah, they're gonna like you guys are filming for this, propaganda as you are going around doing all this stuff. And it made me think of it in that episode of Soul where there was a rock band that they had a documentary crew following them around and then the lead is killed. And so then the documentary crew follows around the detective and Castle because they're like, this is really good film. Like, keep filming. And they're like, what? And you've been watching them on a TV show this whole time, but then they show what the characters would act like if they were being filmed, and it's super awkward. Oh, man.
Movie within the movie.
I'm just thinking of, like, if they were in the middle of stuff like this, and Saoirse's like, Cade, what are you doing with the camera? Put it down. Stop playing with your drones and get to work. Like,
Oh, man. Who would be Abed? Would Cade be Abed? I don't know if you guys have watched Community.
No.
I don't think any of us are Abed. I'm sorry.
No, not quite.
No.
Not by a long shot.
I think Community is one of the worst shows to try and draw parallels to our characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're. I don't
sorry,
think
Ben.
just about any of them fit.
Vetoed.
Oh well.
So we're gonna send the car down the hill
Mhm.
and let
I
it
like
go
how
boom.
Avery's the one getting us all back on track.
Thank you.
Thank you, Avery.
That's the idea.
MVP.
Even though they're gonna make it go boom on their own, I feel like we're wasting explosives here.
I was gonna say, what's the verdict?
I'm with
Demo
Avery on
charge
this
or no
one.
demo charge?
Yeah, let's save the explosives.
Man.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, chat. I tried.
Do we
In
have
the chat,
smaller
boys.
explosives?
In the chat.
I mean,
No.
I mean, could we rig
it's
some?
made at some point.
Are there like weapons in the APC that were just like left in a rack? We could rig laser weapons to explode, I think.
it has a
In
gas
theory,
tank,
but-
right? Like, can we, or does it have a gas tank? I guess that's a question.
It'd have a
It is
Type
fossil
B
fuel, yeah.
cell, I'm guessing.
So I mean, we can rig something to that, maybe, right? Simple ignition is all that would take.
Rig something to the fuel cell.
Yeah, like
It's like a battery.
Well, I think Ben said that it was actually fossil fueled.
Did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So,
it
I
is
mean-
a fossil fuel car. Let's go.
one faulty connection on the battery
Let's
and boom.
go.
We still get the explosion, none of the
Let's
resources.
go the
Yeah, actually,
flames.
some spare parts probably to whip up some gas tank igniter 5000.
And
Yeah,
you know,
with that fixed check, you could throw in an extra unit of spare parts and jimmy that up on the fly too.
and
Now,
to
the real question. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, real quick, to satisfy our chat and player, let's not keep blaming chat here. Thirst for explosives. We could rig up the vehicle that they had up here, because that one they're less suspicious of. It was driven here by people that they know, and we could just, set it to, like you wanted, explode when they open a door.
Nah,
Mm.
I like using the gas tank.
No, no, no. I'm talking about the other vehicle that's up here.
Make its gas tank explode also, you're saying?
Oh. I feel like the demo charge would probably be a bigger explosion.
Mm. Yeah.
No, no,
Well,
no, no support for the more explosions.
I mean, I
Wow,
kind
I'm
of
not being.
support more explosions, but
how quickly it
we are
fell.
risking against flyers here, so.
I'm
How
busy
quickly the
drawing the
What?
gas
turntable.
exploded 5,000.
Okay, let me. I think I may have not expressed myself. So we've got the car that's going
Oh
down the hill.
dear.
I'm not talking about that one. There's the car that they were shooting at us from. They're eventually going to come over and try to recover that vehicle. And an explosive there would just be a nice "Hi, we don't like you" parting gift.
Okay,
I
but
think
here's the problem with that. With they're gonna maybe assume that we died in the explosion of our vehicle, but if they realize that their vehicle was also rigged with explosives, then they're definitely not gonna think we're dead.
Do we want them to think? I may have missed that part of the conversation.
I don't know. I'm just
I
saying
mean,
it
it's convenient.
could hypothetically, it's possible, right?
Hmm.
That they think we turned around and they shot us and our car exploded and we're gone. But definitely not if this other vehicle explodes.
eh,
In my mind, at least.
I think it would be a reasonable assumption either way that either, okay, no, they're not dead, or they rigged it before they tried to make it down the mountain.
But then we have to ask ourselves how thorough we think the Tabukans are.
Mm.
Throw enough.
Yep.
I'm just saying if this was real time, we'd all be dead.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
we've
Oh, for
Mhm.
sure.
yeah. That's why I tried to have Nero run up the mountain, but that we got flyers on the way, so we got to do stuff fast. And are we even gonna have time to get to that cliff face after the adjustments that we're making to exploding gas tanks?
So the cave entrance is definitely going to be it's going to be a close call. I was going to ask if everyone else is waiting around while Brother Nick and Cade rig up the decoy
Oh,
vehicle.
I think Saoirse would be trying to. Could Saoirse move Earth quickly?
Fairly quickly, yes. What kind of earth are we talking about?
I'm thinking of making another trap pit, but like ahead of wherever the vehicle explodes. Unless, again, we're going for subterfuge and not.
Yeah, she could, with a minute's time, she could dig a pretty decent sized pit.
I have a question though, guys.
hmm.
Not gonna bother a grav tank though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that'll
I was
just
just
float.
gonna say, why don't the rest of us who are not a part of getting getting everything basically for the explosion for the kablooey,
Mm-hmm.
the rest of us start hiking up
Yes,
towards the cave.
I definitely support that. Nero is
Okay.
trying to rush us along now that she knows grab flyers are on the way. It's like we don't have time. We don't have time.
Okay. So while Brother Nick and Cade are frantically concocting the decoy,
The gas tank explodinator.
and the gas tank explodinator. Yeah.
Oh my
Uh,
stars! Do you hear the kids then?
I do not know.
Okay. Should I? I'm gonna go tell Adam to get back in bed because he's at work.
Okay. Um,
He might need to use
the
the restroom.
the other three, Nero, Saoirse, and Java, along with Tom, can begin to book it for the cave, and I'll need exert checks from all of them with dexterity.
Alrighty.
Is let's see. Mhm. Okay, so I guess were you going to expound on what Java's asking help with?
Oh, he was gonna ask Nara for help up the mountain, but his exert roll looks pretty okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Thank you for bringing my attention to it. Nero still helps him. Unless you like want to narrate that differently.
No, I mean that's fine.
Alrighty then. Let's see. So we're from Saoirse. Let's see here then.
Just the calm before the storm.
Yes. We can wait for and let Danielle roll Saoirse's check herself.
Okay.
And we can go ahead and get checks from Brother Nick and Kate as well. Are also going to be exert with dexterity, assuming they're going to then book it for the same cave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kid might need an assist. As we all know, hackers are great at exert.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how I would rule something like that. I might do something like let the two of you
Exert
average your
what?
rolls
Dex, you
together.
said?
Yeah.
No.
Oh
Oh
no.
boy.
Mm.
Yeah, Brother Nick's trying to help Cade.
Wait, he rolled a 10 and Brother Nick rolled a 4?
Oh
Oh,
boy. Oh my.
Fear of death has gotten into Cade, and you don't need no more help.
Yeah, apparently he didn't need any help. He was like, wait, grab flyers? I'm out of here.
So the way I'm picturing this is that Brother Nick did help Cade, kind of hung back a little bit with him, helping him over some of the trickier, rockier, treacherous parts of the trail. But at some critical moment, Brother Nick trips and takes a, a hard fall that slows him down considerably.
Oof.
Brother
Um,
Nick!
so okay, I'm gonna. I was like I mentioned a moment ago. I think what I would allow is for you guys to average your rolls if Cade were willing to sacrifice some bit of his safety for trying to help Brother Nick get closer to the cave.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's if he thinks he's going to be able to make enough
I
of a
mean, he
difference, or
probably would
sounds
try.
like
He
something you
wouldn't
can
just
do.
abandon somebody.
Okay.
Successful, I doubt it, but he would try.
Okay. All right. So hmm, yeah, this gets pretty intense. Cade pauses to help Brother Nick up from his fall, and the two of them then continue, but unfortunately a bit slower. Brother Nick's not as young as he used to be, I suppose, but taking a taking a rock to the knee certainly didn't do him any favors. Um, so he's at least limping moderately here. Okay. Hearing lots of crying.
Oh no.
It's sounding more pitiful than actually injured, uh, or
Oh, I didn't
upset.
think they were injured. I just think, oh no,
Uh,
because it means Danielle's gonna be gone longer.
yeah, just whiny. Let me take a couple minutes here, see if I can work some daddy magic.
All right.
Get this over. Look.
I think the more I play Cade, the more he settles into the sort of um, Jack archetype. If you're familiar with the like old style character writing, the Jack is usually the rogue who's good at heart, but the methods are suspect.
Hmm.
I think that describes Cade pretty well, actually.
Okay. No, I'm not familiar with kind of those old style descriptions.
Yeah, it'd be more like what you'd find in like Grimm's fairy tales or something.
Okay.
In this case, at least.
Well, don't stop there. Why don't you give the rest of us cool names?
Oh, I'm trying to think now. I'm most familiar with the Jack because that's like. Let's see.
All right, what I miss?
Ben going to salvage baby situation is what you
Oh,
missed.
dadgummit.
How are you back and he's not?
I changed a pull up and took a toddler to the bathroom, to the bed, and that wasn't fast enough for them to already be back in bed. So now Ben's putting them. Any more questions?
No, not really.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I'm not so sure there are any more of these sort of classical archetypes like that are as obviously applicable. At least not in any of the lists I'm
Hmm.
seeing here.
So the propaganda video is canon, right?
Yeah, we.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dex.
Oh, I was basically saying the same thing. I think we talked about wanting to do it, and I see no reason for us to not be doing it. It's a lot more in Brother Nick's territory, but we can be getting all the footage with those drones.
Got it.
All
Let's go
right,
into the
I'm
recap.
back. Let's get an exert dex from Saoirse.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh. A trip
Maybe
too.
Java and there are helping Saoirse.
Yeah, do you guys would you guys be doing that?
I was gonna say that Nero would absolutely be trying to help everyone, but also wanting to be in front, so I don't know how well that'll work.
Hmm. Yeah, so there comes a moment in their mad dash, their mad scramble up the mountainside, when Nero, Java, and Saoirse are booking it, and uh, Saoirse slips on a unsteady rock and takes a tumble.
Mm.
You
Java's gonna turn
choose.
around and grab her.
Okay. Seeing that Java's going to handle that tumble, narrows. She slows, a little bit conflicted, and then says, "Help her. I'll go on ahead and make sure they don't shoot us." And Java will leave Saoirse, or Narrow will leave Saoirse and Java to scramble up behind her.
Okay. Yeah, Java scrambles back down quickly, clasp forearms with Saoirse, haul her up, and give her a solid nudge upward mountain again. And you're a good little distance behind Narrow now, and you can just hear um, a faint yell from behind you. Sounds like Brother Nick. All right. And as the frantic scramble up the mountainside continues, you hear a steadily increasing sound, a whine, and everything flashes brightly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need evasion saves from everyone.
Mm. Okay.
My favorite. Evasion save.
Wait, where's my evasion save? I'm so bad with these. Where's the quick menu?
Oh
No.
Down here.
Oh.
Oh no! We're all gonna.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
we're definitely dead now.
Where do I
All
find
the-
the save?
All that fear, did
Top
you
of your
It's the
notice?
screen.
top of your character sheet.
Oh,
There are
thank
4
goodness.
squares.
Jeez, thank you. I'm in the
We're
green.
all gonna die.
Well,
Well, Ben, at
some
least
of
I get
you
to look
are
into
have to
character.
die,
Oh
but
boy.
it's a risk I'm willing to take.
We who are about to die salute you.
Okay. All right. So in a
Oh,
thunderous, you first start hearing thunderous explosions and impacts uh, behind you on the mountainside. And they work. You, um, Brother Nick and Cade only hear uh, a couple before they are thrown to the ground by
Kablamicus.
the shockwave and debris. Let's see, make sure this is not going to be hidden. Okay. Ooh. All right. So, Cade and Brother Nick both take 22 damage.
Whew!
Saoirse, Narrow, and Java each only take
Oh.
11 damage.
How you doing over there, kid?
I'm afraid to look.
Oh no.
Okay, I have 47 hit points total, so that drops me to 25. Whew!
Ben's trying
It
to
could
kill
be
me.
worse.
I got 4 left.
Oh,
Again.
That's level 5 character.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Dang. And that was not a high roll either.
So Saoirse and Java. Let me briefly recap how this went for everyone. So Saoirse and Java heard the cascading explosions up the mountainside, and uh, thanks to some quick thinking, were able to dive um, into a little depression, and Saoirse was able to quickly grab some dirt and shove it over them, so they were spared from the worst of the impact. Um, Nero broke out from the tree line into a very small clearing. Um, Looking at it up close, just large enough that she just barely doesn't have to duck to scramble in, and she goes into a full dive into the cave, into a roll, and is helped on her way by shockwave from an impact behind her, so she skids a bit on the stone.
We got one down, ladies and gentlemen.
Hmm.
We got her.
Um, but the whine of the aircraft fades pretty quickly. Um, Everyone further down the mountainside, um, what are you going to do at this point? Gonna continue the scramble up the mountainside?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Gonna need fresh exert checks from each of you,
All of us.
other than other than Nero.
Okay.
Unless Nero would like to try adding hers to the pool and
Yeah.
risk dashing back out there to help.
Um, how far is our goal at this point?
So Nero is in the cave mouth.
Okay.
She's
She's
um
made it. She's arrived.
Okay,
yeah,
I thought I was picturing that she was jumping like into a chasm that she found. So no, she got to the cave and she
no,
made it inside.
she got to the one, but um she knows that Java and Saoirse were, some little distance behind her. But she doesn't know, they
Well,
didn't make it to the cave before the explosions. That's all she knows.
if nobody has attacked her from the cave yet, she's looking inside.
Hmm.
She is going to go back out and try and help her friends.
Okay.
Does she? Well, I should ask before I say that. Does she see anybody inside?
Give me a notice check from her real quick.
Okay.
This can happen before we get our next round of exert checks,
Oh, well,
or
he'd
or
already
as
asked for him, so.
or as we do. Yeah, not a big
Oh,
deal.
yeah, that was more what
Oh
I
my
expected.
goodness.
Oh my. Um, a
I can re-roll.
disturbing number of ones being rolled tonight.
Do we all
Yes.
need to restart our roll 20?
Yeah, clear your cache, restart your browser. Okay,
Not sure it'll
so
help.
as Nero gets up from the ground, takes a quick glance around the cave in a slight daze, um, has the has the presence of mind to slide her uh, low vision goggles
Hmm.
back down, and is able to just barely make out at the back. This small cave narrows pretty quickly, and few meters away at the back of this cave, there's a wide crack in the floor of the cave, and she's able to tell there's some source of light down in there that is it's enough to let her see um, in that back. She can't she c- thinks she can make out a grappling hook anchored in the back of that crevice,
Okay. All right.
but
Um.
nobody else in this little cave immediately with her.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got grav flyers out there trying to bomb us. Uh yeah, see all the checks. Okay. Yeah, Nero tries to help.
Okay, give me an exert dex from Narrow as well. All right. Um,
Invigorated.
yeah. Robert, are you going to
Wow.
re-roll that 4?
I think I have to,
You really should.
because if I don't,
You might not get another chance to re-roll it.
that's what I've been thinking.
Hey.
Okay. If I
Is
don't make it this time, I'm a goner.
Saoirse going to do any healing, incidentally, as they're doing this? Because of her, uh, because of some of her techniques with that, it's not really going to slow her down. In fact, well, let me put it this way: if you were willing to commit a couple effort, let's see, what's the accelerated thing? For the day, um, she wants to commit a couple for the day. She could, or for each one she commits for the day, I'll let her use um a healing without slowing you guys down at all. But basically, if you like accelerate it to make it an instant action, that won't slow you down whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm thinking that this is time for Saoirse to roll out her newest and greatest biopsionic heal, which is the tissue integrity field.
Okay, nice.
So
Like, stand next to me and you won't die yet?
here, I'll click it so you can read it.
It lets her use her healing on anyone within 10
Nice.
meters. Um, Now, at the moment, she and Java are partially buried in dirt, and by themselves. Does she want to go ahead and do some of that now, or does she want to wait?
She'll definitely she's got the dirt above them, but she's seeing that he's like looking like he's like maybe on the verge of unconsciousness.
Mm-hmm.
She's with her adrenaline rush. I bleed and told you to give me a 2-week notice, and then she's just gonna do her major organ, well, not major organ restoration, but her basically accelerated sucker, where she's going to heal him on turn, I guess. Psychic sucker, then I guess. Does it say how much for
Let's
15
see. Oh
there?
yeah, so it actually it that's right. So it's on turn without requiring extra effort even. Uh,
So can I do two
yeah.
forms of healing? Can I do psychic sucker and then she's going to
So
try
basically,
and do the tissue integrity field?
tissue integrity field would basically be like an add-on. So you
Okay,
would burn an extra effort for the day
I'm all right
and
with it.
hit everybody within 10 meters. So,
Burn it for today,
um,
so I have tomorrow.
all right. So
Where is it
yeah, let's see. I guess then
for the
I won't
day?
make you spend effort to make it instant on turn. I'll say is fast enough to not slow you down.
Hmm.
Um, so, yeah, commit one for the day, and that's gonna be all. Get both of you healed for 15. So that puts you back to full and Java up 15. Um, All right, let's see. And we've got.
Wait,
let me
hang on.
calculate quickly here.
Clarification, Ben. Did she heal Java twice or
No, just once.
It
okay?
sounded like
So,
she was trying to do twice, though.
I was.
oh, do you wanna do it twice?
I
You
wanted to do
can.
Psychic Sucker like I was healing Java specifically because I'm half buried with him like bleeding out next to me. So, um, she's gonna be yelling at him, I told you to give me a 2-week notice next time. Like, stay with me, trying to like keep him from passing out because he looks like he's
Mm-hmm.
going in and out. And she's gonna heal him with Psychic Sucker, which was that 15 points, and then she wants to do Tissue Integrity Field.
And who's she getting with tissue integrity field?
I'm hoping
So,
to get it closer to, well, is hold on,
Is there any
so
way
let
of
me
the
let's take a
targets.
step back here, and let me just briefly run through how this works again. So, she'll do Psychic Sucker on Java, heal him for 15. If she wants to then heal again, she can do Psychic Sucker again, but this time tack on the Tissue Integrity Field and heal both herself and Java with a single use of that power. Does that make sense?
Danielle, is she
So
trying
you're,
to heal Java twice, or is she trying to get Cade and eat Brother Nick?
I think she's trying to get Cade and brother Nick, but I'm now questioning if she would have even been aware
So
of,
they're
of Cade and
they're a
brother
ways
Nick, like if she
behind
could have.
her. They haven't necessarily caught up.
Okay.
Um,
What's the range of the psychic sucker, though?
like 10 meters.
I thought that was just a tissue integrity field.
Well, yeah. The tissue integrity field is 10 meters. Psychic sucker, you've got to touch somebody.
So,
Unless she,
If I can do a ranged heal with remote repair up to
yeah, up to
100
100 meters.
meters.
Yeah, if
But
she could see them.
I have to see the target with unaided vision.
oh, is that what the block is?
Yeah. Now, do you want to go ahead and heal? I mean, Java's not full health yet. If you want to hit him a second time, you could. There's time for that.
Yeah, I'll heal him a second time for sure.
Okay.
Do you want me to just use though like Psychic Sucker again?
Yeah. Now, yeah, I wish I'd love to add a way, throw a way to do that without having all the text with it too.
I can just roll a 2d6 plus 6. And then for whatever
True, yeah.
level I have on it. Do you know what level I have on it? Yeah.
Yeah, the 2d6 plus 6 is what you'd roll. You don't add anything else to it.
So 2d6 plus 6. Wait, another
Okay.
15.
So Java's full health with another system strain.
I wonder
All
if
right,
he
he's
actually
on the
heard any
ball.
of my yelling.
He might have. All right, so let's see here. Let me look at the dice. So we've got Exert from Brother Nick and Cade. Ooh, man, they're both. Okay, so
Hey, I got a 9.
you got a 9 this time.
That's with a -1 on it.
Mm-hmm. That is.
Kate
All
is
right.
not exerty.
No, he's not. Java
Which I'm
and
sure is an
let's see.
issue his father has always.
I also need an Exert Dex from Saoirse.
Fair, I guess.
I had to make a daddy issues joke. It might be my last chance. Wait, it's not,
Yeah, it
not
might.
evasion. Where's exert? I'm so bad. Sorry, guys. Okay, exert with what? Oh, wait, it doesn't ask me, does it? Oh, with dex.
Yes, with Dex.
Woo!
What the?
Okay. Guys average to about a 9.5.
Oh boy.
So, um, as Saoirse and Java began again scrambling up the path, um, clambering over rocks and fallen trees, and with considerably more rubble and just blasted ground, making the path treacherous for them. They catch glimpses of Brother Nick and Cade not very far behind them, catching up slowly but surely. And then Nero comes bounding down the mountainside, practically windmilling, uh, in that kind of free fall sort of running downhill. Um, and she pitches in and is able to help give nudges and a hand here and there over the particularly treacherous parts of the path. And in a mad scramble within about a minute and a half, you're all approaching the cave mouth again when that familiar sound comes back. And the sharp-eyed of you notice those three small blips up and moving in the clouds, and the explosions begin again.
Dude.
Basically right as you are all in the final dash for the cave mouth. Give me those evasion saves again.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Feeling pretty good.
Oh
No,
wow.
narrow, no.
That
Hmm.
Nero put herself out there. She stuck herself out
Wow,
there.
what?
Oh my
Man,
word.
I guess it's to pay for last Monday. What does that mean?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, goodness. Karma has caught up to this crew.
And Brother
Oh,
Nick
wow.
in
Hey
particular.
now. Karma.
The
We're the
indiscriminate
good
slaughter you've
guys.
visited upon the. Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. Karma
I'm
doesn't.
sure that's what everybody says.
That's how Java feels right now.
Karma doesn't
That
necessarily
karma caught
subscribe
up to
to
them.
your interpretations of good and evil. Wowzer, yeah, this is three
Yeah.
failures to two successes. This time. All right, wow.
Then you don't have to sound so excited.
Right.
Man, I'm just putting a little pep in my step
It's
here,
just like Christmas morning.
bouncing in my seat.
Getting excited over a TPK. Woo-hoo.
Oh, don't worry, you guys are fine, but it's nice to introduce a little bit of danger.
We're fine, he says as he rolls multiple high dice.
Oh my word.
Mm-hmm.
I know how much damage those are capable of doing, Ben.
That is a
Whoa. I have to take half that,
3-0
right?
for the damage. Yes, Cade and Saoirse take 15 damage.
Oh my.
Uh,
Ah.
A lot of good that full heal did.
I'm down
Oh
to
yeah,
10 hit
Java.
points.
Oh, Java
Guess how
takes.
many hit points Java has?
Yes. Oh no.
Java has 30 hit points.
Oh man.
Ben's
Yeah.
trying to kill me.
Whew.
Oh goodness,
Oh wait, or did I get any of that heal last time? I didn't.
you did
No.
not.
No,
Okay.
Ben was being very mean with
Ben,
sightlines.
our kids are.
Making sure.
I need to. Their kids.
Oops.
Oh, they're losing their minds again.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
heard the airstrike all the way.
Yeah.
from
My
there.
daughter's crying for you, Java. No worries.
Oh,
Java's about out of system strain too. Y'all are gonna kill him for real.
Oh,
Well,
man.
hopefully we can get that teleporter guy to get us out of the cave ASAP.
yeah, that would definitely be nice.
Before we
Okay.
die.
Well, Yeah, let's see. So as you all sprint and variously run or slide or roll into the cave mouth, uh, explosions rock the mountainside again, and bits of stone and dirt fly everywhere. You're thrown the rest of the way into the cave. Let's see. How is everybody doing?
I'm down.
Oh wow, is brother Nick down too?
So is that why Nero takes so much damage as she's dragging him in?
uh, yeah, could well be. She's probably got one arm around brother Nick and one around Java as
Oh man.
they're going in for the last mad scramble. And they're all just tumbled in a pile into the cave.
Well, I think we're in trouble, guys.
So
Mhm.
everyone who has hit points left opens their eyes to dust-filled haze with little bits of rock, falling from the roof of the cave, and some small fires, brush fires visible over in the near distance outside the cave. A lot of the trees completely stripped bare. And which you can just barely tell by the light of the stars and the moon. And we'll
Wrap up for the night. That's all, folks.
Don't you dare!
oh, no, that would be evil.
So,
Oh.
Ben,
So evil.
how's Tom
Yeah,
doing?
fucking was.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, Tom's fine. We'll get to Tom in a minute. But yeah, nobody asked about Tom. Nobody ever asks about Tom.
I pinged you forever ago.
Yeah, and I've been
Yeah.
deliberately
Oh,
keeping
really?
my mouth shut about him.
Oh wait, where did you ping me about him?
Session chat.
Oh, session chat. I wasn't watching that. Oh, how's Tom doing? Oh yeah, that was 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, it was.
Apologies. Yeah.
We've been semi trying to protect him by not asking.
Yep. There's a whole conversation about this in Twitch.
Could be only forgotten to roll every save. I was just sparing you the details, trying to keep things going. He's probably dead. Oh no. Oh, this is great. Ours is a very chummy group of adventures until we took a rock to the knees.
So, now can Saoirse get everyone with tissue integrity field?
You definitely can. I will save that moment for her since she
Of
is going
course.
to be coming back.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and just take a I guess well, I don't know how long. I need a drink of water anyway, so let's take about a 5 to 7 minute break.
Okay.
Give me time to start making my new character sheet.
Yeah.
Say,
Back.
oh well, what do you know? I was just about to have us take a 5-minute break.
I mean, we could still take a 5-minute break. I just gave the kids melatonin gummies, so it'll probably take.
You know who's dead right now?
Yeah, let's go ahead and just let's continue for now. We might take another 5-minute break here in a little bit for me to get a drink of water, but we can at least deal
Who
with the
died
aftermath
while I
there.
was gone?
So, the failed saves. So that I rolled 30 damage. I don't know if you were here for that.
I was here for that. Yes.
Yep.
Java has 30 hit points total, and apparently Brother Nick had 30 or fewer remaining. He also failed his save. Um,
No, she saved. Good.
so Saoirse, Saoirse picks herself up off the cave floor, uh, doing relatively well, just minor scrapes and bruises, and looks around to see Narrow stirring in obvious pain.
Oh, I thought she was
And
dragging Java and Brother Nick in.
so like that was when everybody got hit. But yeah, she can be dragging them the last little bit of the way from the edge of the cave mouth. And
Yeah,
so
I don't think she doesn't want to pile anybody near the edge where they can just kind
no.
of, shoot us again.
Okay. Yeah, so she sees Narrow struggling a little bit, but dragging Brother Nick and also Java in from the cave mouth. And she also sees Cade picking himself up off the cave floor, but Java and Brother Nick are not moving. They're uh, completely limp.
Is this a good time to use tissue integrity field?
It is. So hit another effort for the day.
I already did it earlier because, well, I didn't use it earlier. So was I using effort earlier in the day because I healed twice?
Oh, okay. I thought you had used it earlier to get both yourself and Java at the same time.
Oh, that was how you had me do it? Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, and so
Second of the day.
you use. All right, so she'll just need to roll another 2d6 plus 6. And Danielle, if you'll, would you like to describe what this looks like, what this feels like as Saoirse does this? Hmm. I just heard the. Hmm. Danielle, you're still here?
Yeah, I'm having trouble getting my 2d6 plus 6 to pop up.
Oh, okay.
How would I type that out with the.
Slash roll space 2d6 plus 6.
Okay. So normally when Saoirse heals people, she can kind of feel the healing going out from her fingers, but more just wherever she touches them or wherever the healing is taking place. And she's never felt before, not on this scale, maybe when she was practicing this alone, but never felt like she herself was healing someone else. It always felt other, and this time it feels like it's her. And it feels like it's in her lungs, and it feels like it's everywhere all at once, and it's overwhelming. But she's just trying her best to focus and concentrate on guiding that overwhelming sense towards the people who need it most. And at the moment, that's Brother Nick and Java.
Mm. All right.
But she can feel that overflow, and that even Narrow or, Cade would, or whoever else was near her, how could they not feel it? How could they not be touched? It's just the concept of just overflowing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Java and Brother Nick will each take 2 system strain for that. Everyone else will just take 1, Saoirse included. And yeah,
So
there
system strain. Okay.
should be the far right, the system strain / max section, but it's the leftmost side of that. If that makes
Wait,
sense.
that's not the one that like contributes to burnout, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, effort is separate from system strain.
Okay. So system strain. Got it.
Yeah, that's the right spot. Well done.
Woo! Thanks.
All right. So
I'm afraid to step away from my laptop again. I'm officially telling Ben any parenting that comes up, it's because every time I leave, someone dies or gets near death.
yeah, no more of that.
None of that.
So yeah, Java and Brother Nick come to again, having been unconscious for a few moments. How does that go?
And it would feel kind of icy, by the way, if you're wondering how Saoirse's healing tends to feel, if I haven't described that before.
Gonna die here.
If you do, I'll make you do as much paperwork as humanly possible. Now get up.
Brother Nickelbone, we're not dead yet.
All right, and about this time, from the back of the cave, you hear some clicks and clacking of mandibles. And you see Tom standing up, looking pretty dusty with some fresh blood on him, but he initiates a psychic contact with each of you in turn and just conveys that thanks to Saoirse and gladness to everyone else that they made it. He almost didn't. And we'll just
Saoirse
gloss over
gonna be
details of
looking
that.
around for the. Sorry. Would Nero have showed us the grappling hook at this point?
No, I was just about to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, she Nero is she gosh, she like was kneeling beside Brother Nick and Java, just kind of expectant for the healing, and anxious. And then when they did start, when she saw those wounds closing and life returning to them, well, color returning to them, she I think she stood back up, so neither of them actually saw her hovering over them. Um, but she walks away and as everyone's getting back up, turns back. We have to go now. There's a hook here. We can't stay here.
Saoirse's having trouble like hearing Narrow at the moment, focusing on what Narrow's saying. Um, from just the sensory overload she's just had, and she's gonna look at her and just blankly and just there's a what here?
Yeah, I think Nero probably compounds that because she shouts, "We have to go here now!" And her eyes flash towards that cave opening. When she looks down where the grappling hook goes, what does she see, Ben?
All right.
I just
If
asked
she,
Ben a question, but then
Oh,
sorry, it's okay. I just sent him a message that is.
yeah. So yeah, it basically each time you want to do a
You're
big
fine. You can,
AOE blast, yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Go ahead and talk to Dex.
so let's see. So as Nera goes over to the little crevice and looks down, um, she sees the rope descends, um, maybe about 20 meters. Is her rough estimate, and it kind of resting on a sloped part of the little descending whatever shaft, and she can see it kind of dangling just a couple meters from the ground down at the bottom. And she looks down. She can see that down at the bottom there's it's light that's probably from a lantern that's somewhere out of her direct line of sight, that's just faintly lighting the small space at the bottom of the shaft.
hmm. Okay.
Um,
I just popped a note in chat that we could, if you slow Nero down, um, get everyone healed up as much as their system strain allows with well, depending on how long we want to take, just a few rounds.
Saoirse will, if people are still looking a little worse for wear, then
Oh
she's
yeah.
gonna
Yeah, I only have 12
blast
HP.
blast it again.
No,
So
don't use the integrity field. You can do it individually without expending any effort. Integrity field is great for when like we're in a huge uh, action economy crunch. Like you can only get one person or do one thing. Okay, integrity field gets multiple people. But right now, because of how you set her up, she can just touch everyone without using any more of her effort. It just takes a little bit longer.
okay.
Sorry, I'm not trying to tell you
Well,
what to do. Just
No, that's fine.
well, with
I
Nero
was just
trying to
thinking she
rush,
might be feeling the rush, and she was also, when thinking through like the opening of the cave, I think Saoirse would have also been focusing on whether or not she needed to telekinetically cave in the opening.
it's not a bad idea either.
So I feel like she probably would have done another tissue integrity field if people still had the system strain available.
Well, yeah, it's gonna cost us system strain whether you do tissue integrity field or regular.
Okay.
It's really just basically conserving your effort is the
Well, I'm just
difference.
trying to think of like the realism of like in the moment of her actually being able to like put a hand on each person that
Uh,
needs healed and heal that person, then go to the next one, heal that person, go to the next one, heal that person,
I would
versus
actually
doing
say get Nero to slow down because in the fiction of the moment she's kind of uh acting on impulse right now, and that's probably not the best.
all right. So Saoirse, I'll say like in unless someone else wants to speak up on that.
Kay
Um
can.
all
Kay
right,
would
yeah.
just be gripping her
Saoirse would
side.
still be like real foggy and Cade would speak up in
Well, he
the
got hit with one of those first blasts that he didn't miss, and will definitely be still looking worse for wear. I look at Nero and go, "You think I can rappel down a line after taking an airstrike like that?" And just like complete disbelief on his face.
Nero looks back. You have to. What do you mean? She's starting to look at everyone in the state
Nero,
everyone's in.
they dropped huge bombs on us. I am not sure I could grip the rope. I know
Nero's
we have
shaking
to
too.
go,
She's not in
but
much better condition.
right. While they're talking about that or arguing about that, whatever you want to say, um Saoirse's gonna ask uh well, I was thinking she'd ask Brother Nick if he still had those explosives, but she's gonna look and see if it would be possible for her to close up the mouth of the cave with her telekinetic manipulation. It's a direct question for Ben.
Hmm. That is possible.
Okay.
Um, I'm needing to do a little bit of messaging here.
Okay.
Let's see. So, as yeah, I was going to address what Avery messaged about. At this point, I think he's already at 8 out of 9, so he actually doesn't have enough system strain available to take another like stabilizing use of Psychic Sucker.
Oh,
Um,
Mhm.
right.
so he would need a Lazarus patch at this point. So might as well go ahead and use the last one to
Saoirse has a Lazarus patch.
yeah, and I think you guys have a couple among the group.
Hmm.
Okay. How would I go about using that? Or
So
would
that would
he just
be
roll for it?
yeah, that it would be a heal check. You'd have to apply it to them as a main action, after they're downed, basically. It's like it's like the usual um the sort of non-psychic way to stabilize people who are bleeding out.
Yeah.
Um,
So Saoirse would make a heal check?
But there's no,
whoever's using the Lazarus patch would.
am I understanding correctly? There's no point in trying to save the strain. I mean, I need to just take the heal really
Yeah, at this
optimally.
point.
Okay.
Unless there's some other thing that you might want to use it for later, but you don't have any other uses for it at the moment. Um, though, unfortunately, as Saoirse goes to, she goes around laying on hands and
Wait,
healing people up more.
that I wasn't doing that yet.
Oh, you weren't doing that yet?
I
Sorry.
was trying to focus on the opening of the cave.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was getting ahead of you, I suppose.
You're too excited
Um,
to send troops at us, Ben.
Gotta get those HP juiced up so I can knock them down again.
Ah,
It's like a bowling alley. All right, come on, get the pins back up. Not really. Um, okay, so Saoirse is uh, considering doing the cave mouth. She brings this up in the group. Let me take a step back and let you guys take it away.
I was asking you mechanically as the DM if I could do that.
Yes, you could. It would take you it would take you maybe a minute or two. It depends on how if you want to like completely block the entrance That might take you a couple minutes. Let's see, your
Could I get
telekinesis is
a?
level 3.
Mm,
Yeah, because it would take a little bit, but could be done.
all right, she's gonna, I think, prioritize that.
Does she say anything to anybody about it? Or?
She'll say, sorry, she'll ask to the group at large, if I could do one more heal, do you think you could make it down the rope? And she'll look over at Cade.
Sure. It's not particularly hard. It's just taking an airstrike was a lot. Narrow doesn't look any better than I feel.
Nero actually is trembling a little bit.
All right, Saoirse's gonna go and be doing heals then, and then as she's doing the heals, she's going to explain um, that she's going to try and shut them out of the cave. So,
How's the teleporter guy gonna get in, boss?
well, if we're dead, it won't be worth much if he can.
Fair.
Didn't he have the
I rolled the first one for Narrow and the second Cade.
The first one is which, the 12?
Yeah, the 12
Okay.
for Narrow. The 13 is for Cade.
Yay.
Okay, so it's roll 2d6 plus 6.
Then
Ben,
yeah, you can.
you're
Sorry, is that making any sense?
it's popping up in front of where I'm typing, and then when I'm trying to get it to go away, it pops up Discord where I'm trying to type into roll.
Oh no, I didn't
So
know
that's why
that.
I'm like, I'm trying to make the roll, and your messages are literally popping up in the bottom right corner.
Okay, I'll hold off messaging you in Discord
Thank you.
so you can type.
Okay.
Excuse our technical difficulties.
Is that better, Ben?
Oh yeah, I think that works well.
So we had narrow. Do I need to roll for Tom?
Tom definitely he looks a bit worse for wear, and he indicates that he would appreciate some healing.
Oh no, I didn't do it right.
So when she comes to Brother Nick,
Are you kidding me? Sorry. When she comes to Brother
she
Nick.
she tries to heal him, and nothing happens. She feels a resistance, like his body just can't take it right now.
Oh.
Wait, I'm not maxed out, am I?
You are not. Mechanically, you were downed by quite extraordinary, but essentially heavy weapons. It's actually fortunate that Saoirse has major organ restoration, or you'd have just been toast. um, Same for Java. So both Java and Brother Nick, when she comes to them, their bodies just don't accept the healing. So your system strain is still where it is, and neither of you are maxed at the moment, but
I'm
the
gonna
healing
click
doesn't
this so
take.
that people can read it.
Well, you may as well give some of that some more of that healing to Narrow and Cade.
So did I not get healed at all after coming through the cave? Maybe I've got this wrong. Should I be at 0?
I feel like that would be an unfortunate retcon then, because
Yeah, I was gonna say I wasn't wanting to
we just
retcon
did
that much.
so many heals at this point to say, yeah, actually, you're
And
just dead. You're just dibbity dead.
you guys came through extraordinarily better than usual, but so yeah, you got some hit points, some more than you technically should have back, but you're still in this extremely worn out state where your body just can't recover anymore without some serious rest and
Who is typing as Sersha?
Oh. I don't know why that is Seriously, just
man.
very happy to be healing Nara. That's all it is.
Oh, okay.
The ship. The tentacle.
Tentacle monster.
Okay, who's messing with the system now? This has to be
Oh my
Avery.
goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have to start hiding. I have to hide more of these things.
Well, when he gets a chance, Kate is gonna lean over to Saoirse and say, "Hey, boss, if we go too deep in the cave, there's no way our transmissions are gonna get out, and we'll just be trapped in here. We have to transmit before we hide if we're gonna be rescued, exfiltrated, whatever they call it."
Okay, I have a question out of character. If you send pictures to a teleporter or video of a location, can they teleport there?
No.
Nope.
Dadgummit.
Can Cade use the drone photography to at least give the guy a really good idea of the path he needs to go?
That he definitely could.
Because I have a feeling he would want to know that there's, a grav tank to deal with and grav flyers bombing us.
That sounds correct, actually. I think he would appreciate that information.
I mean, I would like to know when my life is in mortal danger. I'm trying to rescue someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In fact, the comm server. Let's see. I guess whoever. I guess all of you are hooked up. Whoever's tapped into the comm server is going to get a little ding, on your comm pads, and it is a message from the teleporter who's waiting back in the city. Uh, I felt that out here. Anyone still alive?
Cade will ping him back and say, barely. Sending reconnaissance photos for you now. We could use an exfil fast or need to know where this cave ends. And he'll send a series of the aerial photography shots so that the guy knows exactly where to find them and how to find them.
Okay. So let's see. At this point, it's been a couple minutes since you all made it into the cave. Um, and you hear the distant whine of grav engines once more.
Yeah, it's probably the tank. Kate will shoot a message saying, if you can't get here within the next 30 seconds, we probably have to detonate.
You actually You hear the cascading sounds of bombardment once more, and fortunately, though, scrambling backward towards the back of the cave, uh, though the the cave is shaken, the reverberations of the detonations outside, and some small rocks fall, some pieces shake loose, and um, bits of wood and stone come bouncing in from outside. Uh, you are all spared any uh, any of the direct effects of the bombardment.
Hmm.
Mm.
Who's bombarding who then?
They're still trying to get us.
Yeah. They just gonna
Um,
like collapse the cave entrance or something?
so
Did it seem like they're basically just blanketing the mountain again?
seems like it.
Hmm.
Cade has his observation drone. Now that
Yeah,
you've
but
got
I'm gonna lose contact with it though.
yeah, but for the moment you still got um, and so let me paint the scene from the perspective of the observation drone, just supposing that Cade
Sure.
would share this. Um, so he takes stock of the mountaintop, the mountainside, the path up, and is looking for all the vehicles and stuff. What he finds, first of all, is that the mountaintop, um, everything from the the point you guys stopped the vehicle at initially, up the
Mm-hmm.
slope to the cave, and a considerable area around surrounding all that and beyond is pretty well blasted. It looks like they basically they had a pretty good idea of where you were and where you were going, and looks like they've just been blanketing that area every time. That whole stretch looks equally obliterated. There's no sign of the vehicle that you guys had found at the top and rigged. Um, you do you see the grav tank down about halfway down the slope, uh, and you see back behind it. You see a spray of rubble and rock where you had laid the explosive trap on your way up last session, and you see your jerry-rigged self-driving truck um, made it a couple turns down the path and is has come to a fairly gentle rest, mostly blocking the path some little way distance ahead of the grav tank.
Hmm. Okay.
And the troop vehicles are uh, just now making it out of the forest and beginning their way across the, the large clearing before the more sheltered winding path up the mountain. Any further questions or clarification you guys want?
Well, he definitely sends all that to the teleporter guy
Okay.
and says, "Your call. Go to ground, or um, can you retrieve this?"
Uh, his response is that um, he should be able to make it to you, but it's going to be um, he's got to make the move now and just hope that he's going to have to rest before he'll be able to extract everyone
Oh,
because
Where is this?
say what?
You got a playing card from somewhere.
someone's playing with playing
Oh.
cards.
I guess Cade will say to him, stay hidden as best you can. We probably have to collapse the entrance till then.
He's messaging you back immediately. So I won't be able to get in.
There's a grav tank outside.
Don't listen to him. It's
Dun,
just
dun, dun.
Ben trying to get us to have a TPK.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man, that would be devious. Leave
It's
the
a
door
mind
open
trick.
just for another 15 minutes. No, he
We also don't have the person or group that we came here for, so like we know which way they went, but we don't have them in hand.
They went down the grappling hook line, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Sinking.
Yeah.
I am sinking.
Oh,
so
my.
he says as long as he doesn't get intercepted, he should be able to make it there in really a matter of seconds. It's just he risks being seen is the only thing. But he's messaging you seeming fairly insistent that that it sounds like now is the time for him to try.
Okay.
He just he lets you know if I get staticked I won't be able might not be able to make it.
Understood. Let us know as quickly as you can, and then just get out of that if you can.
Would
Okay,
Saoirse be able to static and attempt to static him?
you'd
Or
have
is-
to be in a position where you could see the
Static
psychic
to
trying
static.
to static him. Yeah, it would be like it'd basically be like trying to like being a counter sniper. Like you'd have to have eyes on the guy who's trying to shoot down his attempts to teleport.
Gotcha.
All right, so what is this?
Just, giving you
Oh,
options for your psychic sticker.
okay, nice.
If you want something that you
More
can
focus.
type into the sheet just so it's handy to click, Danielle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
okay.
doesn't, eat up an entire chat.
Yeah, that's true. I was realizing we could technically like take the psychic succor technique text and just trim it down
Could do that too,
a
yeah.
whole bunch. But yeah,
Dex is like, I guess if you want to be
it's cool.
boring about it, like,
There are several neat ways. I'd forgotten you could do that in all those different places.
Yeah.
Insert the roll. Um, let's see. So he texts back. Right. See you soon. Wish me luck.
Much luck. Cade will look
very,
at Saoirse.
very luck, much well.
Yeah. Cade will look at Saoirse and say the teleporter wants to try and rescue us now based on everything that's happened. Can we buy him a little time somehow?
You asking GM?
No,
No,
he's
Cade's looking
asking.
at
Oh,
Saoirse.
oh, that's in character. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sarah's just trying to think of any way she could buy them time. I might be able to do something. Well, were you able to see very far up the mountain at all?
There's no cover. They've destroyed it all.
So you're saying there's a lot of rubble.
Rubble, yes. No trees. No cover, but debris, yes.
Then how heavy of an item can Saoirse pick up?
800 kilograms.
Wow.
Solid.
I
She's
bet
gonna.
that dropped on the tank would hurt.
Yep, that's her thoughts exactly. So, um,
Yeah.
she'll kind of she'll look at him and say, you know, I might need your eyes to help me out on this one, but if you can help me find something to chuck their way, I think I can give them a run for their money
All
and
right.
buy our teleporter a little bit of time.
Cade will help spot or something. You want me to roll a notice check as an assist there, Mr. GM?
So you're wanting to try to drop something on the grav tank down the mountainside?
Yeah, essentially.
Hmm.
You
So
like throw
Or
a
at
big
least
boulder down the hill at it?
basically chucking a boulder down the hill.
at the
Yeah.
moment, it's far enough down the side of the mountain. It's basically in that stretch where you guys were protected by line of sight from the mounted machine gun position up top, up top. Um, so, and you guys are even farther up past, forested bit of mountain even than that. So it's way too far away. Now, if you wait for it to come up to, even basically the last landing where the wheeled vehicles could make it, um, then you could get out into that forest, and with the reduced foliage around, you could probably then have line of sight to drop something on it. But that seems like it's still going to be a few minutes away.
Could I chuck it up and like?
We could also wait till they get close enough.
Good.
All right.
Yeah, basically the grav tank seems like it's, unless he chooses poorly or is unfortunate with where he teleports to, the grav tank shouldn't cause him any trouble.
Right, but is the
Hmm.
grav tank the only thing we're having to deal with? I thought we saw multiple vehicles leave.
Oh yeah, there
So
were
is there
two.
nothing but the grav tank that I could target?
The other things are farther
Um,
behind.
actually, those are in the clearing. Let's
Oh.
see. Telekinesis is just line of sight, right? Yeah, so the general stuff. Let's see. Hmm, Um, let's see. Let's see. uh, 12-inch diameter, huh? Okay. All right. I'd say that with her telekinesis, um, let's see. If she were to to come out of the mountain, the cave mouth, and climb up the rock face a
Don't
bit,
do it.
um,
How to kill
just a
you.
little ways, she, you guys are so cynical.
He
Um,
also
You
knows
teach
that
us.
he has to actually deal with me after this. So
um, she could get line of sight, and she could see. She'd be able to see the just over the basically the last little drop off before that clearing, uh, where you guys had previously been sniped. Uh, she would be able to get line of sight on those troop vehicles, and there are some trees at that last little ridge that are small enough she could use her telekinesis to,
rip them up.
yeah, pull them up and send send one of them rolling down the slope. Maybe a couple of them, if she
Slightly
wanted
less
to take
violent
advantage of
than
it.
what I had in mind, but I'll take it.
Unfortunately, just with the position of those tracks, by the time you got something out over them, they'd see whatever it is hovering through the air, um,
And do
and
what? Veer off a cliff to avoid it?
well, they've
I'd
Could
still
we
smash.
avalanche?
I'd still smash their grav tank.
well, no, they're just in the like troop trucks, like what you're in. The grav tank is you know going to be more resilient. These things being wheeled and all, also not super heavily armored. You've got a good chance of doing some good damage.
Cool.
Um,
So I do that. I will take the trees and I will
okay, so
we'll say Cade points it out.
Sure.
yeah, he's got the drone. So Saoirse's about to go outside the cave and climb up the rock face just a little bit to get vantage point.
Yep, that is what she's about to do.
I suppose Cade could send out the combat drone as a interference as well.
Okay, just to keep eyes on the vicinity around Saoirse to
Yeah,
make
give
sure
her
she's
some
covered.
backup.
Okay. All right.
Would anybody take issue with Saoirse going to scramble up the side of the mountain?
I think Nero would, yeah. She looks up from the hand. She's stopped trembling by now. Uh, You know, replaced all that whatever was getting to her with this wonder of why are her hands trembling. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and she as she sees Saoirse starting to leave out the cave, she'd probably seen Cade and Saoirse talking for a bit. Where are you going?
Got to check up on our friends outside.
We don't have any friends outside.
Saoirse gives her a long look.
I'm gonna need a 2 weeks notice, boss.
Nice.
Saoirse will roll her eyes uh, at him and just says, "If I weren't as knackered as I was, that might have gotten a laugh over. I do actually need to go outside. This isn't just, you know, a stroll through the mountain path or anything."
They're what actually are they doing with those bombardments? Was that actually bombs and missiles, Ben, or lasers, or what?
It seemed like missiles.
Okay. Um, they they have a flyer out there.
How
Well,
many missiles are you good for? Is it more than one?
she's going to be kind of getting obviously more annoyed the longer they're talking at her. Um, and
Nero
she'll
all of a sudden says, "What? No, I'm not."
Um, do you think I'm an idiot that I'm just gonna go out there and wave my arms around like, here I am, shoot at me?
Be careful.
Thanks, Ma. I'll give it my best.
I mean it, Saoirse.
I know. And you know, I do tend to be careful most of the time.
Distracting herself from what she thinks is a terrible idea, she looks back
When
over at Tom. But they're
when
not.
Saoirse's a
Oh, go ahead.
oh, sorry, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Okay. She holds her arms up and says, "But they're not real. Why are they trembling if they're not real?"
Oh no, Saoirse's just gonna say, "All right, well, if I don't make it back, just make sure you tell everyone I went out with a bang, all right?
That's not funny.
You know it is." And then she'll walk out.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch what was said to Tom.
Oh, she's saying they're not real. Why are my arms, why are my hands trembling if they're not real?
Yeah, he just kind of shrugs, and he says again in her mind, uh, "I don't really know how those things work. All I know is what your mind is telling me."
Oh, so Tom is thinking the cybernetics aren't real.
No, Narrow's. I don't know what Tom's thinking, but Narrow is basically questioning why are uh non-flesh limbs trembling. That
Ah,
was the line there.
She's like, "Oh, they're just machines," and yeah, he's basically like, "Yeah, but this is in your mind, and these are hooked up to your mind somehow." So
Yeah, funny enough, that went over
yeah,
her mind.
he waves hands. Yeah.
yeah. Funny.
Uh, I just saw Avery's comment. Here's hoping our benevolent DM ragdolls my corpse into the cave it hates.
Oh my word.
Oh boy,
I
Wow.
will say,
you guys are
I
too
have
much.
way too much confidence in Ben because 2 weeks ago he was saying, "Yeah, I was kind of bummed that it could have been more dramatic if Saoirse had been the one to get shot and not Java, but it didn't really make sense."
Oof.
So maybe I don't need to give you as much credit as I'm giving you.
You really don't. Speaking of giving too much credit, while if what Saoirse is doing is going to take a while, I think Nero will want to explore that grappling hook at least verbally at first.
How do you verbally explore a grappling hook?
Well,
That's what I'm waiting
Yes,
to hear.
you
I'm
call
just
down and you
curious.
say,
please
"Is anyone
elucidate.
Halu
down
down
there?
there?
Are you're rolling? Here to help." That's how you verbally explore a cave
Mm, well done.
Oh, okay.
or the grappling hook that leads to the cave.
Boris sent us to save you? Question mark?
And the classroom erupted in cheering.
Yeah, basically.
All right, so Saoirse is climbing
Ben's
the
like,
mountain
back to my
face.
TPK. Anyway.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Now back to the good part.
Oh my word.
Give me an uh probably an exert check from her.
Okay. One
Maybe
second.
actually I could take a survive check as well. This is a less time pressured maneuver. Okay. Saoirse's careful in choosing her hand and footholds. And climbs up a few meters so she finds a small shelf that she can rest against and is able to make out way down the mountainside two little specks moving up the slope of the kind of open plain before the more heavily forested slope of the mountain begins in earnest.
Very are you tossers.
And she starts feeling along the tree line with her telekinetic powers till she finds a suitable tree. About about a 30-40 foot tree. It's definitely big enough to cave in a roof of a house, for example, and she's able to lift it. Takes a few seconds pulling, but is able to uproot it, breaking off a lot of the major anchoring roots and send it tumbling down the mountainside straight at the two trucks. The- Where did you go? There we are.
Do so. Seems like it's been forever since you've been home.
Okay. One of the trucks quickly veers to the side, just narrowly avoids getting hit by the log. The other isn't quick enough to turn, and it almost bounces, uh, hits the rolling tree, and lurches the rear of the truck momentarily higher than the front until it crashes back down again. And continues driving, but it seems much slower than before. And doesn't look very, it's not maintaining a straight line very well. Even she can see from her distance.
All right. Find me another one.
All right, and so she continues, goes and looks for another tree, I suppose.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. She grabs another tree. Rinse, repeat. And about this time, she spots um, down in the down kind of in the at the edge of the forest, she sees a teleportation
Attempt.
coalescing. Yeah, attempt coalescing.
She's staticked it.
Wait, it's for our friend.
Oh. Oh wait. Okay. Thank goodness. Thank you.
Is
Yeah,
she
don't
She
static
would
static
have.
it
him.
or no?
You'll
She
kill
would
him.
have remembered that.
Okay, yeah. So Susha,
She should have
yeah,
remembered
she definitely would have
that.
remembered.
Teleporter, teleporter, teleporter. The whole reason I'm up here is for a teleporter.
You took me off guard there for a second. I'll grant you that.
What'd you say?
You
Threw,
surprised the GM.
threw me for a loop. Wait,
You
what do I
deserve
do
a
now?
special award.
Yeah, if we're playing Stump the GM, then you'll definitely get the gold star this session.
Thanks.
Um,
Appreciate it.
all right, so it completes, and she can't. It's too far away for her to make out any detail about the person or persons that are appearing, but um, she immediately sees another attempt, um, and it's interesting in kind of the slowed down, milliseconds of perception that she gets. She sees it both appearing in the same point that it just had, and also uh, down below her at ground level, kind of well, almost at ground level, on the side of one of the trees, on kind of one of the barren branches, and then the familiar face of the teleporter appears, uh, and quickly reaching out and grabbing the trunk of this tree as he's bouncing on this branch, and
I
it
wish
doesn't
you could
actually.
pick up the tree and just bring him up to the cave because that'd be hilarious.
And he actually doesn't see her. Uh, she's maybe a few meters higher than him, and he's he's looking down at the mouth of the cave, and it immediately begins to teleport down to the ground outside the cave mouth. Um, and meanwhile, she can also go ahead and, well, she can chuck that other tree down the slope.
All right,
Is
she'll
this
chuck
the
it.
new version of Pumpkin Chunkin?
No, my.
All right.
Bowling for Tabukins?
Yeah. So the vehicle that it dodged the first time uh, is able to it has picked up its pace and gotten out of dodge. It's managed to get uh, into position where it's out of sight now. Uh, the other unfortunate truck full of soldiers uh, tries to veer to the side, but takes another tree full on broadside, and truck is knocked over. The tree just goes rolling right over it, continues on down the mountainside. And yeah, so the truck is the whole thing is tipped over. Um, does she want to keep at it, or what does she want to do now?
I'm gonna say that would Cade tell her like, all right, that's good, or like we need to go or something like that. I'd be interested to hear
Yeah,
what Cade would
especially
say.
if she chucked the second tree and the teleporter's here, he'd be like, okay, boss, we're good. The teleporter's here. Let's roll.
All right, I'm gonna. Can I roll for something real quick? Just want to see.
Yeah, what do you want to roll for?
I just kind of want to roll for like how clearly she's thinking right now,
Okay.
if that makes
Roll
sense.
for
'cause-
self-control.
Yeah, you can roll whatever you'd like for.
Cool.
I did send you a quick message that might have bearing on what she does.
Yeah, that's kind of along the lines of what I was thinking actually. Let's see. All right. Um, she's she's still feeling some of that fuzzy-headed effects from earlier, from just the constant healing and the tissue integrity field being an overwhelming experience. And she is seeing this truck that she's flipped over and just thinking of all the crap these people have put her through today. And she is just feeling a little not thinking too clearly, but also thinking, I don't want to stop. And
Oh
so
no.
she is she's gonna tell Cade real quick. One moment.
He'll just sigh.
The truck laying on its side, and she can reach, now that it's immobile. She's able to reach out and just grab, push, crush the truck directly, and she just exerts her telekinetic force, um, maybe on the engine block or the front axle or something.
Yeah.
And so the front of the truck just starts denting and crunching inward. And she does it for several seconds. She could keep going if she wants to. They could basically do every few seconds. You could do it again, and as you can continue to just focus on crushing it.
I think she would continue doing it until Cade, like, kind of not snaps her out of it, but sort of in that sense.
Boss, they're not a problem anymore. Let's go.
Okay, go ahead and roll it one more time. Okay. So as Cade's voice comes in her earpiece, the sparks fly up, and a few pieces of metal go flying out from the hood of the truck as the entire engine compartment just crunches inward and bits of metal go flying. Smoke begins rising, and the truck is completely out of commission. There's no way that thing's running.
All right, Saoirse's going to be at least somewhat satisfied with that, and she'll take a deep breath and then tell Cade she's on her way back.
Okay. So your backup has arrived.
Was
Anyone
Nero
who's at
able
the
to
Oh, thank you for reminding me. Yes.
yeah.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, I
Nero
was
had
hoping
called
to
down.
find someone before our backup gets there.
Yeah, so meanwhile, Nero had called down, and heard her voice echoing around down there.
If Cade hears her yelling, he'll probably yell at her and be like, mention Boris's name, they'll give you a good seat. He's just being sarcastic.
Boris.
And then you'll face palm. Not like that, Nero. Never mind. Ugh.
Tom cackles in what you all recognize as his usual laughter. After a few moments, 30, 45 seconds or so, watching,
I don't
Nero
know if Nero
sees
waits that long.
Then she still hasn't seen anybody.
Okay.
No movement
Uh,
down there.
she'll try again. She says, "Boris sent us. I'm coming down. Don't shoot me." She'll-
Okay.
Was there light enough down here for her to see, or did she need her low lights?
She needs the low lights to be
Okay.
able to uh, see very well here, especially to try to climb down a rope or something like that.
Okay. She'll
Um,
flip those down and start slowly descending.
all right, so she starts the descent, and a few seconds later, uh, she hears a call from below. Boris, you say? Who are you?
I'm narrow.
And what's that supposed to mean? And then
It
you
means
hear
we
just
trekked up this mountain to come save you.
you hear just just the faintest uh, echo of a call from behind him. Oh, hush! I recognize that name. It's that group of off-worlders that showed up and helped before. And so the other voice calls up. Yeah, you can come on down, but I hope you have a plan for getting out of here. We've been holed up here for days.
Narrow will slide the rest of the way down. It's not too far, is it?
That's about 50 feet.
Oh, okay, well maybe not slide the rest of the way down. Um, but she's certainly not going to just. I guess she would be competent at or capable of just hanging on the rope. You know, all the rope positioning tricks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she'll
Yeah,
get down to where she can see who she's talking to.
yeah.
We're working on that.
All right. You go ahead and give me that exert.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the teleporter has arrived at the cave mouth, and Cade has just managed to coax Saoirse into coming down from the rock face.
From the high ground.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear the distant but approaching whine of grav engines once more. Um, Saoirse, give me an evasion save.
Of course.
Cade has his drone out looking for this. Can he use it as interference? At the
Um,
very least, firing at their sensors.
I don't think it's close enough to do that.
It has a 500-meter max range.
500-meter max. Yeah, I think. Uh, dep- how high?
Ah,
How high were you flying it?
I mean, not super high. He was keeping it in the general vicinity of where Saoirse was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's not. It's not close enough to be able to fire back at these. They're maintaining decent bit of elevation, um, bombarding with impunity, um, and incidentally, I guess it would have a chance of hurting them. True. Um, but yeah, it's not even within range.
Okay.
Let's see. evasion save from Saoirse?
I was waiting for y'all to stop talking. Sorry.
Okay.
Freaking yes!
All right. There's a success. It's a very solid success.
Hello, viewers. That was your wake-up call.
Yep.
Sleep because it's 11:20 at night. Get up. Get your head in the game.
All right. So, um,
Oh my
she
goodness.
hears that sound.
Wow.
Quickly scrambles down the last little bit of the rock face as the explosions begin rocking the clearing outside the cave, and she
Wow.
does something of a tuck and roll towards the cave. Did you? Let's see. I don't think you had responded
To what?
to So let me see. I sent you this. Just resend that, I guess.
Yeah. Sorry.
I,
That
I
I had said yeah when you.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I wasn't sure because I'd sent you a couple things at once. So you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Saoirse, as she hits the ground and is about to scramble into the cave mouth, um, an explosion rocks directly outside. And do you want to describe how this happens, or do you want me to?
No, you can describe it. Fine.
Okay. Uh, right as the explosion hits, a an opaque bubble appears around her and then immediately shatters with the force of the explosion
Ooh.
and dissipates into nothingness. And she only takes 2 damage.
Wow. Telekinetic shield.
See, and I believe that's
There is a
a
reason she felt pretty confident going out there.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
believe that's an effort for the scene for the telekinetic construct.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was her suspended manifestation at work as well. She had prepped. So,
Nicely planned.
and so Saoirse stands up, dusts off a shoulder, and strides into the cave.
I'm sure she has a pretty smug look on her face.
Maybe more of a crazed look in her eye.
Oh.
Hmm.
That look is terrifying, boss.
Can it, DA? Where's the rest of them? But she
In
still
here.
has kind of a frightening smile on her face.
Arrow call up from. Well, are we on comms? Like,
Oh
are they
yeah.
talking on comms?
I mean, short range comms are on at least.
Yeah. Then Nero will respond over comms also. I found people.
Are they alive?
Yes. They're not people if they're dead, they're bodies.
Oh, apologies.
Narrow.
She calls down to the people. Can you climb up?
Well, we may want to go down if we're going to collapse the top and then teleport out when our friend here has rested enough.
I'm tired. Can I climb down then?
We were
I'm
just
climbing
hanging
down.
out, Narrow.
Nero will finish climbing down. And she's gonna be quiet while she's climbing down. Not respond.
Okay.
Focused.
So is Saoirse going to go ahead and try to collapse the cave mouth at this point?
Yeah,
Okay.
unless someone tells her that it's not necessary.
I don't think Cade would say anything of the sort.
The Uralans speak up to say otherwise either. And she goes ahead and pulls some of the pieces of downed trees and large rocks from outside the cave as well to help shore it up, and so that's a bit quicker and easier than trying to pull down the mountainside itself. But it's going to be a couple minutes of battering at it with her telekinesis to close it up, bring down enough rubble to close up the entrance. Hopefully blockade it well enough. Yeah, meanwhile, the teleporter, he expresses his relief at seeing all of you in one piece and going over to the edge, uh, looks down and then disappears, popping his way down the shaft into the the difference in balance. Okay.
Are you saying complete words or am I?
Oh, sorry, I may have cut out.
Okay, yeah, you did cut out. I wasn't sure if it was me or you.
Whoopsie. What's the last thing you guys heard?
Went down the shaft.
Okay. Um, I was sort of muttering after that point, so I don't think you missed anything important.
Okay.
Um, apologies. But yeah, we can fast forward just a bit. I assume everybody's going on down the rope into and joining up with the Uralans down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As narrated, Nero just kind of slumps herself against the wall and then slides down.
Okay. So as the crew descends into the deeper into the cave, uh, you find a couple of soldiers waiting for you. They're happily reuniting with the teleporter soldier there, and they're all very happy to see you as well. Um, and you recognize one of them as the
Our guy. Sorry, go ahead.
as uh, the telepath resistance leader that had been left in the city before, Reese, and he's looking considerably worse for wear. He's got one arm bandaged and in a sling, and he's got some pretty serious uh, dark circles around under his eyes. And he welcomes all of you, says in a tired voice, uh, there's we got a few injured back here. There's a little spot back here we've been holed up. It's far enough out of reach, makes it easier to dodge the worst of whatever they send down the hole after us. Probably best clear away from the opening here. And at this point, you might notice some scorched parts of the rock around the base of the rope here.
Mm. Interesting. So it looks like they've already had visitors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And yeah, in fact, as you would be, you know, greeting everyone and maybe making your way back in there, you would, as far as a head count, there are 12 Urallan fighters remaining. 5 of them, including Reese, have pretty major injuries, and there are see, there are about 10 body bags lined up off to one side. Uh, 3 of them are separated from the rest. I think this is let's see, it's 11:30 now. This is a pretty good point to stop at, unless there's any last things you want to squeeze in.
Well, when they say we should probably get away from the entrance, I just have this like end of episode sort of cinematic cutaway in my head of Brother Nick looking at the scorch marks at the base of the rope with a wicked grin on his face, tossing the detonation pack in his other hand.
Oh no.
Just have that sort of cinematic scene in my head. Brother Nick being like, "Oh yeah, I get to use my last one."
Well, this is going to be much less cinematic, but Nero picks herself up from the slumping against the wall, um, and kind of just stretches the slouch out of her shoulders and moves away from that opening and turns around, prepared for what she expects to be another fight coming. And I guess says, "I hope they didn't kill my prisoners."
I like that.
Mm. Yeah, and incidentally, I'm assuming Cade would have brought in the combat drone before you guys
Probably. I hope so.
uh,
Yeah,
collapsed the
probably.
cave mouth. Um,
Yeah, he would have chased Saoirse in with it. No need to leave it outside.
yeah. Um, and the observation drone was at a pretty high altitude, um, roughly a kilometer and a half or so, getting good, making sure it was within range to use its uh, high-tech suite of sensors on a wide area. And as he checks all his devices at the bottom of the cave, he's getting no signal to the observation drone. So
Yeah,
he
that's fine.
expects to, whenever he gets signal again, he'll find it uh, hovering in station keeping mode right where he left it. All right. Yeah, I think that'll be it for our session tonight. Go ahead and give everyone 2 XP for the session again.
Woo! I am one insulting XP away from level 10.
I was gonna say only 2 XP for
92.
surviving all that, Ben. Come on.
Hey, that comes right on the heels of another 2 XP session. Gotta say.
Yeah, I guess. I guess.
Also, I loved Avery going tower guy.
Yeah. Um. Oh, I, I was, I was meaning to mention. I guess you guys did get to the point where you've now seen everybody. Um, Tower Guy is one of the injured ones, resting at the back of the cave.
Tower guy.
So he's closer than he was last time.
He's much closer than he was last time. uh,
Oh, I'm first this time, huh?
Oh,
Oh no,
I
that's
was
no,
next time.
Danielle
fallen.
is.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you'll be first next time. Danielle is first in favorites this time.
Getting to use tissue integrity field.
All right. A solid one.
I would say it saved the party this time.
Mm-hmm.
We were in bad shape.
Yeah, basically Saoirse being just very thoroughly.
You broke up there. Can you repeat that?
Oh, just getting to do all the psionic things. It's really fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, getting to flex those level 10 psychic muscles. Pretty dope. Um, yeah, let's see. And I didn't really track there at the end, but I'm guessing I think there was a little more healing and system strain dished out among the party, uh, other than Java and Brother Nick at least.
Um,
Oh.
yeah, I got healed twice.
Yeah, I should have one more.
I should have 4 total system strain, yeah.
Alrighty. Let's see. That makes Dex next here for favorites.
I'll go with Nero's clutch 15 exert and the image of her like trudging and dragging brother Nick, who is not a small person, and Avery, gosh, Java, still gonna drag Avery through that screen and turn him into a character.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a character, all right.
up into the cave, and like just the exhaustion. I think also getting to play out a little bit more battle fatigue, because a lot of times at the hit points in combat, it's a few rounds of intense action, but this was uh several minutes of bombardment and kind of terror raining from the sky. So being able to portray that she, even with mechanical arms, does tremble and have that fear for her life was fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I liked that touch. It's a good idea, Robert. Um, uh, let's see. Ethan is next.
Well, top favorite thing is not dying.
I too am a fan of that.
Aaron got down to
guys-
10 hit points.
Yeah. Close follow up with whoever it was having the spaceships argue over Java.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Wait, sorry,
I
what?
wonder who it could be.
I know
I
who
don't
it
know if
was.
I don't know if something didn't compute or I just
You'll have to
didn't
scroll
hear
up in chat
correctly.
a little bit.
Oh, is this in Roll20 chat?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Somebody
Hmm.
scrolled through the characters, just posted like,
Oh,
It's
okay.
weird. The two ships are both like Java's the best pilot ever, and we won it.
Oh goodness. So okay. So Ethan, sorry, hit me with that phrase again because it so didn't compute that I didn't even remember what you said.
Oh, saying whoever was having the two ships fight over Java.
Cool.
Yeah, that was that's great. I had glossed over those last couple comments there.
like, wait, tentacle monster losers say what? I missed that one. Like,
Oh
that's not
man.
even a selectable NPC to me.
Whoops.
Anyway.
uh So yeah, that is good fun. I enjoy those little moments of like meta silliness.
Bruce,
Uh,
who's Saoirse?
speaking of which, Robert.
Trucker Bruce.
Well, I guess my favorite is, somehow just not dying. After all of that, like Saoirse carrying the team effectively the whole session, with the rest of us
Massage.
failing to run and getting killed again and again. And oh hey, we also found who we were looking for.
Yay. We
Yeah.
didn't die.
Yeah, but I would have to
Mhm.
put like an asterisk on that. We didn't die, asterisk. Disclaimer.
It's not over yet.
Yeah.
Oh, that didn't like
Do
asterisks.
the backslash before the asterisk.
Oh, it was just a it was a joke. It's just a joke.
mm. Yeah. Not dying yet. All right. So let's see then. That brings us to Avery.
For me, I think I'd have to give it to. I think Dex said it. The sense of fear, I guess, that was portrayed throughout the session. I mean, it really goes well with like the futility of our efforts. Really, like
Yeah.
it seems like we just either consistently made the wrong decisions or just were not possibly going to get through there unscathed. Really not sure which, but somehow we managed to survive. So I guess that's good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Correction. That is good that we survived.
What's in this cave though?
The Uralans?
Bloodthirsty vampires?
My word.
um, did I capture yours well enough, Avery?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys, there are at least Uralans in this cave.
Oh my word, Ben.
uh, let's see. So my favorite part. Hmm. Um. I think I'd say part of it is definitely keeping the party on their toes. Um, because it's been a long time, I think, since you guys really, since there was much of a sense of urgency or danger in just about anything you did, just because you always had time to prepare and you've had plenty of resources at your disposal and all that, and you've done a good job for the most part of avoiding particularly dangerous situations. Um, so, yes, you can most certainly add that.
Getting hit first getting a full heal after Danielle exerted effort and did all that extra work to heal me twice, only to literally immediately get bombarded with artillery and lose every single hit point exactly.
And then have to get
Yeah,
yeeted into the cave
that's true.
and
Uh,
Lazarus patched.
yeah, I was surprised by that. Um, yeah, I hadn't really counted very carefully. I knew that Java was going to be in much more serious danger than the rest of the party. Um, but yeah, the exact number of your full HP right after you got fully healed. That's pretty hilarious.
Never heard of that happening in any campaign that I know of. Like full heal from almost dead to dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, every other airstrike other than the first rolled above average. The first
Yeah.
one was well below. Every other one was above average because that's 5d10 damage.
Ben's using hacks.
+3.
Ugh.
Don't
Plus
forget the
three, I missed
+3.
that.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
why it's +3, but it's +3. As if 5d10 isn't enough, Ben.
Ugh.
What is wrong with you?
Yikes. Ben.
Oh.
You are trying to TPK us. Wow.
I mean, hey, to be fair, I also wasn't expecting the sheer number of ones and threes and fours being rolled tonight.
On ovations.
That was a very
Yeah.
incredible, very unusual combination of me rolling much higher than usual damage and you guys rolling much lower than usual, both skill checks and saving throws.
I
Because I think
think
you
we
guys
failed
might have
more than we
failed.
made, which shouldn't be possible with saves of 4 and 5.
Yeah, I think Yeah, I think by the time Saoirse had won at the end, you might have come out just barely even. But yeah, you guys definitely failed much more, like on the 4 difficulty, 5 difficulty than I would have expected.
Yeah.
But I think first half definitely is keeping the party on their toes. Um, I'd say the other part would be um, like I guess I'll call it Saoirse coming into her own. Um, feels like she's really getting a grasp on her various powers and also getting more opportunity to use some of them than she usually does. But also just a, finding ways to use the telekinesis a lot more than she had for a long time, and of course some of that being helped by the fact that she is essentially a ghost psychic, um, which is just pretty exciting to see in action. And yeah, just you know, taking the multiple airstrikes in stride, more or less, as far as Search is concerned, anyway. Um, so yeah, that's it for me.
Also, I hope it wasn't like I don't know if it was like over dramatic at all, but I felt like it would be weird for her to be just doing all of this psychic stuff and it
Oh,
for to have like basically no effect on her.
no,
So that
that
was
was
kind
good.
of hence my thought of like she basically turned herself into like a healing fountain, right? So
Hmm.
how would that feel? And also that's not something that you're just going to do and be like, "All right then, what are we doing next?" Like just
Hmm.
I don't know. It
Yeah,
didn't seem like it would make sense for someone to just be completely unfazed doing stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, and
Totally.
I thought that was a nice touch because it definitely does. It would kind of strain suspension of disbelief, I guess, at a certain point. Just constantly, pulling people back together, putting them back together as they're blown to pieces.
It
Right.
it
Um,
kind of like what you described kind of made me think of the imagery in movies and stuff where a bomb has gone off and it didn't, there's somebody that it didn't kill,
Yes.
but
But you
they're,
hear the high pitched
yes,
noise
and
they're
they're just
hearing
kind of
goes up.
glassy eyed.
Yeah, that was exactly what I literally was even thinking of that sound that they have in the movies, that really high pitched noise.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that was literally I didn't start to describe that, but I was how would she kind of just be like stunned a little bit in the like what how do you describe that? And that was what came to mind, I guess because I've seen too many movies. But I'm glad that came across. I wanted it to be like she's not going to be paying attention, so the rest of the group is going to have to be like Earth to search. Don't don't collapse the entrance to the cave. We need our teleporter to get here first. But yeah, you should just put that into quotes. Yes, you did. Okay, awesome.
All right, ready for me to copy paste the faves?
yeah, I think you can copy the faves. Um, yeah. I was definitely enjoying a lot of the quotes tonight. And Avery, you've been dishing them out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yes.
uh,
What did I do?
10 out of 10 for quotes tonight.
the quotes, the
Oh.
one Danielle posted, I didn't even notice where that one.
Oh no, that's in a one-on-one.
Oh,
Yeah, he sent me that in a message.
That's a direct message. I don't
And I
remember checking
definitely
on you.
called him out on it.
yeah, that's hilarious. Trying to kill all his friends. Is he okay?
I
mean, I
just
Games have
think
also
I'm
been
okay.
in combat.
Never been better, honestly.
I just responded with the Bernie Sanders gif saying it's been a tough week. So
He will remember this.
I mean, but if you've played Ben in board games, you also know it's true.
oh my word. For real though. For
Mhm.
the goodness of our marriage, I cannot play against Ben.
Man, I do try. I do try to tone it down sometimes, but yeah,
Sometimes, yeah.
But
I'm naturally competitive.
it's a collaborative game here. We're collaborating on content.
Yes, we are. And boy, oh
Don't
boy,
kill
did
us.
we made some pretty juicy content today.
Gross. I never want to
I
hear that
mean,
adjective used in relation to this episode.
Saoirse put that content back together, but you know.
Is squelchy content better?
Oh my word. Nope.
Yeah, I tried not to go into too much detail about the state of Java and Brother Nick this time. Um, but yeah, heavy weapons, man, those are serious business. But Saoirse is OP.
I do wish you
Yeah.
had done some narrative of it because I thought you were just forgetting what heavy weapons did to people.
Got you. Yeah, and yeah. I apologize for that. I
It, there was a
typically
lot
like
going on in
to
the session.
there was a lot, and I typically like to describe stuff like that more. I guess there are also times where I feel like I need to take a step back from because I have a tendency to get maybe too gruesome, more gruesome than some people would prefer. Um, so anywho, trying to keep that family friendly tag or get back to it or something.
Oh, that's gone. I think.
That's
Yeah,
Am I
long
still?
gone.
Do I still have family
not
friendly on?
not coming back.
No, it's long gone.
Okay.
It's one of the pipe dream, I guess, at this point.
Uh,
No,
oh,
but
it's with family and friends, so there's kind of family friendly.
Oh my word.
I mean, we didn't say it was, yeah, friendly to the family or to the friends.
Oh
Uh,
goodness, guys.
yeah, no, and I will say, I guess if it, because just kind of picking up on something Avery had said, um, I definitely, I'll say it was not that you guys just made all bad decisions, for one thing. It's not like you guys were just consistently doing the wrong thing.
Oh,
Um,
it's comforting to know it was just that the deck was stacked against him.
because I don't want you to get the idea that, like, well, goodness, what were we supposed to do, and go kind of casting about. You know, there were maybe some other possibilities, but a lot of it was there was some of it was that was going to be inevitable at that point,
Robert.
but the tons of bad rolls definitely didn't help either.
Ethan, where did you just post that?
OOC chat.
Oh, okay, sorry. It keeps popping up in
Uh,
the right corner, and when I go to click it, it's gone.
mm,
Weird. Ethan with the gifs is
the-
basically 80% of the reason. So you. Oh,
uh, definitely wasn't that rigged.
I,
I mean, but you also wanted to use grav fighters, so
Yeah, I mean the airstrike was coming. Um, it was just it was a matter of how quickly you guys beelined for safety.
And we chose explosions over safety. So we
yep.
got explosions. Just not how we wanted them. Alright, we ready for me to end the stream?
oh yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
probably so.
Thank y'all for watching. We are back here every Monday. about 4 hours before now. No, 3.5.
Three and a half.
3.5 hours. Due to family, not family friendly, but family, the times are variable.
Mhm.
Mm.
Good night.
And commutes.
Oh, and
But yes,
commutes.
good night.
Yes, yeah, gotta throw that one in there. Today was my fault.